Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel and thank you a lot, as always, for allowing me to be part of your day. Guys, we're creeping up on 4,000. 4,000. And in November I had 22 people. Thank you guys, because again, it's all of you. It's just one of me. And I'm really proud to be part of this community. It's a nice community. I hear people tell me all the time and stuff in the comments, the communications that everybody has in the comments is 99.9% really great, guys. It's a safe place, and I think that's really important. I'm really glad to be a part of that. So thank you for that. That being said, a few of you have hit me up on some content creators, and you've asked me things about or shown me stuff about Zav Girl and what's the one with Katie Joy? Okay. So apparently Zav Girl had purchased some, I guess, photos, autopsy photos of, I think it was the Staunch case, where a child was unalived horrifically, and then behind a paywall, a membership, she released those photographs. However, she said, I didn't just release the photographs, I made a whole video about it, and I included the photographs in the video. And yes, my members, that was a membership only video. So on YouTube, you know that there's people that charge like memberships, and then there's tiers of that membership, and I guess and this could have been Patreon as well, but I think it was a membership. It doesn't matter. She was collecting money for the video that she made that included the autopsy photos of the child that was unalived, and I guess Newsweek questioned that. So, how do I feel about that? So, Freedom of Information Act is anything that we could get it, right? I mean, we would just have to pay and have it released to us, and somebody's making money, right? Listen, the jails are making money selling phone calls that inmates are having, which I mean, when I started hearing the Paul Ferguson stuff, and I thought, how are people getting these? And then I realized, holy shit, they have everything. They have those tablets. It doesn't really surprise me the way that this country makes money anymore. I'm not sure that any other country makes money the way that we do. So my understanding is you guys, or there are people that are upset that Zav Girl purchased something that she bought legally and that she's making money off of it. Why are we starting with getting mad at her? Why aren't we starting with getting mad at the people that are selling those? What I'm saying, why? Why are we getting upset that she's buying phone calls and then we're listening to the phone calls? I'm listening to the phone calls. I don't want to see the autopsy photos, but I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. There are a lot of people that are interested in seeing autopsy photos. The fact that I don't want to see them has nothing to do with whether it be right or wrong. Personally, that's not like a moral thing. I'm not stepping on a moral thing. I have my own opinions morally about it, but the fact, I'm not the type of person that drives past an accident and looks at the accident. I purposely look the other way. I don't want to see something that I want to work my whole life on getting out of my head. So I don't want to see something horrific. But there are people, again, that do. So I don't think that Zav Girl is doing anything wrong. And not only that, if she says, hey, listen, I haven't seen the video she's talking about. But if she's saying, I put that video together and made a documentary on it, I don't see where she's exploiting anything, because she didn't go behind anybody's back to get something. She purchased something. She made a video with the contents of that. If you have an interest in seeing that gore, then pay to see it. it's not on her regular channel. And I guess if it was on her regular channel and it was blurred out, it would be okay. But she has a membership or a Patreon, and she said however much it is to watch the video, or however much she charges each month, whatever the membership is, and then you watch it. I don't really see where that's something that she's doing wrong. You know, people are going to see the pictures anyway, and the fact that they sell the pictures, not the fact that somebody's buying them per se, but the fact that they're selling them and making a profit off of it. You know, she's buying it one time and sharing it with a bunch of people for maybe what, $5 a month, and those people are selling it for how? They're selling it to each person how many times, for how much? I think that's what the problem is there. So then you guys have said to me, what about Katie Joy and Beyond the Crystal Ball, or Once Upon the Crystal Ball? I did, honestly, I was a subscriber of hers because, as you guys know, I'm a Sister Wives fan. But she exploited the hell out of Garrison Brown's death. Exploited the hell out of it. And the woman that is calling her on her shit, I align myself with it. Is that Renelle? I think she comes from Australia, I want to say. She was doing a live earlier, and I was watching that live, and I don't know how much money Katie Joy has made off of Garrison Brown's death, but that, honestly, I know she donated $1,000, right? You can bet that she's made over $150,000. I guarantee you she's made over $300,000 off of that young man's death. And what she's doing is vicious and cruel. She's going on family sites, getting information, and then spreading it on her site, but the information isn't always correct. She's doing something that is totally vicious and cruel. And you know, I'm not the moral police here. I can only say what I think is right and what I think is wrong. You know, true crime is something that somebody has done to somebody else. And I feel like, you know, when we're talking about that, we're talking about justice for the victims. You know, when I'm talking about what happened with Timothy Ferguson and I'm listening to phone calls about Paul Ferguson, I just find it so ironic and just so unbelievable how the person that tortured their brother is complaining about comfort and complaining about food when they didn't give any shit how they did that to their little brother. The unaliving of oneself is something I think is so totally different. That is, I mean, it's so, to go on and on and on and talk about Cody, and who the hell are you to bash this family when you really don't know? And even if part of the heartbreak of Garrison had something to do with Cody, why the fuck would you say it out loud? Show a little bit more respect for that. You know, there's nothing new that we're learning about Garrison through what Katie Joy is doing. But there's a lot I'm learning about selfish Paul Ferguson. There's a lot I'm learning about selfish Gypsy Rose Blanchard, that train wreck. But there's nothing more except accusations and hurt that is coming about Garrison Brown. I mean, what did that family do? There's no crime there. And that I just feel is criminal. And, you know, I have read things about Katie Joy and things that she said, and I'm not commenting on that unless I have to. But I'm just commenting on where do you draw the line. And, you know, who am I to say where you draw the line? It just doesn't feel right when you go on and on and on about the death of a young person who was struggling. You're not a doctor. You're not even a reporter, man. We are not reporters. Because, see, that comes with some sort of degree, some sort of schooling. You're not a journalist either. I've taken 2 courses in journalism when I was in college years ago. I'm not a journalist. Unless you got a friggin' degree, you're not. All we are is people that are telling our opinions on YouTube. It's as simple as that. Be as humble as you can, because that's all we are. Don't get ahead of yourself, because that's all that we are. And it's in my opinion that it's gone overboard with Garrison Brown. You know, man, here's the thing. I guess I'm just not that curious. You know, I'm not that curious. I want to know how people could commit crimes and not have any kind of remorse. I don't know how life becomes normal, how you go from losing somebody you love, and especially if you're in part of it. You know, if you are part of that and you made that happen, Paul Ferguson, Shonda Vander Ark, it's as if Timothy never existed. They're aching over, the Brown family is aching over Garrison. They're aching over him. They didn't cause this. I don't care what Katie Joy says. There's a bunch of kids. Not all of them did that. So stop. The math is saying that's not what happened there. Now, that might have contributed with the family dynamics and everything. You think this is helping? So that's my feeling about that stuff, guys. You know, clearly, I'm talking about this stuff too. I did 2 videos on Garrison Brown. And, you know, I said that money's going for a cat shelter. You know, it'll go towards a cat shelter, all the money that we make. Because I'm not going to make money off of somebody that unalived themselves like that. And I'm just not going to do it. So, you know, it'd be nice if Katie Joy would donate at least 10% of her money. You know, it would be nice. In Garrison's name. But, you know, you can't make people do anything, and what are you going to do about it? Anyway, guys, I figured, you know, I'd address this issue and just tell you what I think about it. And I'm sure some of you will agree and some of you will not agree. But some of you might even unsubscribe. If that's the case, that's okay. I'm not going to be something I'm not. Guys, tell me what you think, please. Alright? This is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Thanks, guys.